What is happening, everyone? I'm BA and I'm back once again with another movie reaction. Today, I've decided to react to a film called Mulholland Drive. I've never seen this before. I know of the director, David Lynch. I know he's famous for doing strange things which are like merging dreams with reality, heavily inspired by dreams and shit. I was interested in checking out more from David Lynch because I'm a big fan of David Chase, who was the creator and one of the main writers on The Sopranos. If you watch The Sopranos, throughout the entire series, here and there, it has some of the most weird, abstract dream sequences that I thought were very well done, and at least in Western cinema, the closest thing that captured like the surrealism of a real dream to me that I had seen. So when I heard that David Chase and David Lynch were both sort of inspired by the same sort of people which led them to have these styles, I was obviously interested in watching more from David Lynch because of how big of a fan of The Sopranos I was. So I know he's got a TV series called Twin Peaks as well. I might check that out in the future, but for now, I've heard this is a good one of his. This is Mulholland Drive. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. I mean, this is essentially just putting a camera in David Lynch's ear and filming the inner workings of his brain right now. It's how I imagine David Lynch's mind works 24 hours a day. I mean, I'm trying to pay attention right now to see if there's any subtleties to it or whatever, but no, David Lynch just straight up wants to open his movie with a minute straight of swing dancing. Okay, do I need to hit acid before I watch this? Because I've never took acid, but if it makes the film better. So was that meant to be someone's dream? Instantly confused, but then that's justifiable. So far, we've seen a swing dance with a purple background, a close-up of a pillow, and a car driving at night.
What are you doing? We don't stop here.
Holy fuck, they were the fastest teens having a laugh at night cars I have ever seen. What is going on right now? They were unable to be slung because they slung toward one another with an anti-sling force, resulted in a dead stop rather than any slingage whatsoever, which I'm a bit disappointed about. So that has to have been a dream. That was just too weird in and of itself. Notice the other car of teens didn't even stop. Like shit, our friends have just exploded behind us. They just drove on having fun. So this has got to be her dream. Is this the Hollywood Hills, by the way? Because it looks like the Hollywood Hills looking down onto Hollywood. I might be completely wrong on that, but I haven't seen the Hollywood sign. You would think that would be the first thing they showed you. It's a good a place as any to get asleep. And why is this woman acting shady like she doesn't want to be seen by anybody? Is it because of where she's went to? Or she just trying to keep her low key? I have so many questions, David Lynch, you weird everyday weather report giving on YouTube mofo. Have you seen that? He does daily weather updates on YouTube. There's no deeper art to it. He just sits and tells you what the weather's like. Make a film, bro. She chose the Monica Lewinsky hiding position.
I had a dream about this place.
Oh boy.
Here we go with the dreams.
Tell me.
Well, it's the second one I've had. But they're both the same.
Like having sex with twins.
You're standing right over there.
Ah, so we brought him because he was also in the dream.
You're in both dreams. I get even more frightened when I see how afraid you are, and then I realize what it is. There's a man. He's the one who's doing it. I can see him through the wall.
Okay, that's a bit creepy. So the guy's standing where he was in the dream now. I mean, what do you expect to find? Why is his friend going along with this so normally as well? Like it's, yeah, okay, you had a weird dream, let's go check it out. I'd be like, bro, I'm not entertaining your dream shit again. Not again, bro. Another wall? Okay, I wasn't actually expecting that. That looked like sort of like a homeless lady or something. Was that a dream? I don't even know at this point. That was a good scene. It was weird as fuck.
Well, it's time to say goodbye, Betty. Been so nice traveling with you.
I thought that was like her mum or something, so that's just some person she met on the plane.
Bye-bye.
You do sometimes get old people like that. I'm not writing this off as yet another dream just yet.
Where to?
1612 Havenhurst.
Although the delivery of the dialogue is either purposely cheesy or dreamlike. Why when you put scary music over old people smiling, is it instantly creepy? They're probably just enjoying their day. Don't put harrowing violin in the backdrop of that lovely old couple smiling. You would have thought that gaff would have had mad security all over it like the hills of Hollywood, because it's prime sniping positions for all the rich directors and producers. I would just be up there with a 50 cal, taking off heads. In a post-apocalypse. Only. Officially. On paper.
You know, there was a man that lived here once that had a prize-fighting kangaroo. Well, you just wouldn't believe what that kangaroo did to this courtyard.
Prize-fighting kangaroo, you know. Kangaroos have got good jabs and crosses. They can't throw hooks, but they throw push kicks with kangaroo claws that'll tear open your stomach while kicking you. It's one thing getting kicked, but to get knifed? Kangaroos take the piss. This woman is just absolutely happily over the moon about every single thing she has encountered so far. I mean, it's got to be a dream when she's happy about that yellow tile kitchen though. I'm not no home decor aficionado, but that was like mustard piss tiles, yeah.
Oh my.
Naked lady in the shower a lot.
There was an accident. I came here.
I understand. I saw the dress. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's the lady from the hills.
I mean, I just came here from Deep River, Ontario, and now I'm in this dream place.
So that's why she's so happy. And also she called it a dream place. Surely that's too much camera winking at for it to actually be a dream place.
I need to sleep.
If you have a concussion, you shouldn't sleep.
It'll be okay if I sleep.
To be fair, she slept in the garden last night. She could probably do with a pillow or something.
What was it last time? Okay. Let's try the next one.
He's not gonna like it.
I wonder if that means he didn't enjoy last time, or if he's just one of these guys that wants to try everything on the menu.
This is the director, Adam Kesher, and his manager, Robert Smith.
Why the fuck has he got a golf club just sat in front of him at this casting?
Anything?
Espresso.
Make it a quadruple for me.
We'd be happy to put her on the list for considerations.
There's 6 of the top actresses that want this thing.
This is the girl.
They seem quite adamant in their choice. Okay, so I take it he hated that shit.
Shit. I'm sorry. That was a highly
That
recommended...
is considered one of the finest espressos in the
Wait a
world.
minute,
What is
sir.
going on here?
This is hilarious.
This is the girl.
Is his accent changing as well? Am I imagining that? Did he go Italian when he asked for the espresso?
Stigliani brothers get out of that limo.
The two guys in dark suits?
Yeah.
And what was that shit about him just spitting out the espresso in a napkin? David Lynch, if you keep doing this shit, I'm gonna travel back in time and tell your parents to cut your hair and send you to military school. Don't fuck with me. What the fuck? I'm Johnny Knoxville, and today we're going to be doing limo golfing.
Oh, I got a real shock to find your friend Rita here. She was in the shower and I opened the door. Rita? What do you mean?
So, she's never met this lady, the one she's talking to.
I'm sure there's some explanation for this, Aunt Ruth. I don't think we have to do that. Please don't worry. Aunt Ruth, we don't need the police.
It's almost like a classic horror thing redone there. There's someone in the house you don't know.
I thought you knew my aunt and that's why you were here. I just talked to my aunt on the phone and she wants me to call the police.
This woman just doesn't have any good answers for anything just now.
I thought when I woke up, I thought sleep would do it.
What's wrong?
These broken dialogue deliveries and shit are proper dreamlike.
I don't know what my name is. I don't know who I am.
So she was confused.
This is your purse. Your name must be in your purse. You want to know, don't you?
Yes, but open it.
Why is she scared to find out who she is now? Oh shit. She is Benjamin Franklin, bitch. She just robbed a bank or something. Okay, a blue key.
When you think of them, the money and the key, does it make you remember anything?
This just gets more and more like what the fuck is this? Is this like Alice in Wonderland retold in modern settings or something? Because it just continues to get crazier.
There must be a police report we could call. No, we could call anonymously from a payphone just to see if there was an accident. Come on, it'll be just like in the movies.
She just will have any opportunity possible to show off her acting chops. Got a cleaner showed up at his fancy Hollywood house or something? They'll get a fucking golf club in. He must be a successful movie maker with a house like that.
Now you've done it.
Just forget you ever saw it. It's better that way.
Yeah. Don't ask any questions, bruh. Let me finish off.
What are you doing? Stop it! Stop it!
This is ridiculous but also very enjoyable. Did David Lynch write this as well? I mean, he's just a madman. I'd love to just chill and fucking get a conversation with that guy.
Rita, you want something?
No, just the coffee.
We'll take our check.
Does she think that's her name, maybe?
Diane Selwyn. Maybe that's my name.
Diane Selwyn. Okay, we're getting on to the case now.
The cowboy, this guy, the cowboy wants to see you. Jason said he thought it'd be a good idea.
Oh, Jason thought it'd be a good idea for me to go see the cowboy. Well, should I wear my 10-gallon hat and my 6-shooters?
Okay, the fact he made that sarcastic joke makes it less dreamlike. Makes me think this might not be a dream now. Because it would be a very dreamlike thing to hear you going to meet a cowboy and just not mention it like it's some normal shit.
Yes? May I help you?
Someone is in trouble. Who are you?
What the fuck?
This is Louise Bonner. I'm sure she meant well. Louise, this is Betty. This is Ruth's niece.
Louise Bonner coming across a bit like a Sith Lord there.
I'm sorry it happens sometimes.
No.
Come on.
No, she said it was someone else who was in trouble.
Stop it, Louise. I'm taking you home.
So Louise knows about the other lady there then, I take it. This is all filmed very well as well. The acting is like off-centre, but I think it's purposely meant to be like that.
Howdy.
Howdy to you.
Fucking Cowboy Bill Burr over here.
When you see the girl that was shown to you earlier today, you will say, "This is the girl." That lead girl is not up to you.
Why does there seem to be some sort of conspiracy about him picking this actress? It's so confusing.
Your aunt called.
I was afraid of that.
She wants to know who's staying in her apartment. Look at me straight, sweetie.
Coco, she's very nice.
Honey, you're a good kid.
And people say Michael Jackson couldn't act.
Now I'm going to trust you to sort this thing out.
Thank you.
Now what you need to do is look at the man in the mirror, because right now you're acting a bit dangerous, and that's bad.
Now we want to take you across and introduce you to a director who's a head above the rest. He's got a project you will kill. Knock right out of the park.
So a baseball. He's got a baseball. David Lynch weird musical interlude with wacky colours in the background break. Dave Chappelle does not suit that wig on the far right. Ellen DeGeneres is looking good on the far left though. Star-studded cast. Them sets look dope though. Bring back that era with giant silly cameras holding actual film reel. For some reason I think it takes away from films when they get shot digitally. George Lucas started that trend. As much as he's given the world, he's taken a lot away as well. Shoot your fucking films on 35mm or something. It gives it a classic feel.
Get Jason over here.
She's doing a good job, at least she's not shit. It'd be horrible. Imagine if he was like told to cast the one lady and she ended up being like one of them shitty contestants off of American Idol or something. I don't know, I love you. She's the one.
This is the girl.
Excellent choice.
He's following the protocol. Wonder if this is in some way David Lynch spiting the movie industry when they forced him to cast a specific actress or something. They're going into an alleyway. Hopefully they don't bump into homeless creepy lady, guy, homeless mud-faced, whatever it was, person. Because they haven't brought that scene back at all. Like, they just showed these two random guys talking about this creepy woman in the alleyway. And then they never returned again. And it doesn't seem to have linked into the story in any way so far.
Selwyn, number 12.
Okay, so they've got to the apartment of this lady's name that she remembered.
Betty, wait.
Why would you not want her to? This is going to help uncover the mystery. These guys are serial garden prowlers. They're both prowlers. Breaking and entering now. They better find something in here. Has someone died in there? So I take it is a dead body. Holy shit. So did that person overdose or what? So now she's got a blonde hair as well. Hopefully she blends in.
You don't have to wear that in the house.
What?
The wig.
She assumed she meant the towel.
Come on, just get in and get a good night's sleep.
Well, that was friendly of her. And defo more comfortable than a garden.
Good night.
Oh, they're both into it. I respect their life choices. Well, that moved quickly. Mr. Lynch being artistic there. Cutting out what some may see as the good shit.
No hay bata. No hay orquesta. Silencio.
Damn, she gave her head so good she's got her speaking Spanish out here.
No. It's okay, it's okay. No, it's not okay. What's wrong? Go with me somewhere.
This just gets more and more confusing. I'm so lost. I have no predictions as to what's going to happen in the end. I have no predictions as to what we're going to see from scene to scene. There's probably someone out there right now on 20 LSD tabs explaining exactly what's going to happen next to the dragon sitting next to him.
If we want to hear a clarinet, listen.
Who is this guy? I've asked this about 30 times. What the fuck is going on now? What do you say to that? I'm trying to literally think of sentences which make sense as to what I'm actually watching. Okay, that was pretty magical. He straight up faded out of existence. I've never seen a magician do that trick yet.
Por tu amor, luego de tu adiós.
What a interesting, what would you call that, a cabaret? Is cabaret the right word for a variety show? First of all, you've got a magician who performs audio cues and then literally disappears like fucking Nightcrawler. And then you've got a woman singing a Spanish love ballad. It's quite a niche audience, the disappearing magician Spanish love ballad combo. Hence why the theatre's not packed out. But those people that are there, they've got a bond that will never be fucking broken. Okay. She did an excellent job miming, cause I legit thought she was singing. I mean, if she just died, at least she went out doing what she loved, mid-performance as well. They ain't gonna forget that shit in a hurry. Okay, now there's all of a sudden a blue box in her purse, which the other lady has the key to. That was a very synchronised walk they did there.
Betty?
So Betty's just fucking disappeared.
Betty?
Oh my god, this film is absolutely crazy. I like it. It's just fucking hell. What is going on? She literally walked off camera and disappeared out of human existence. What strange rabbit hole will the mystery box take us down, I wonder? What the fuck is in this box? Also, how could it turn in a triangular hole? And now she's just disappeared from existence. Makes perfect sense.
Hey, pretty girl. Time to wake up.
Now we're back at the dead body. So she's alive again. Oh no, it's Betty. This is potentially one of the most confusing films I have ever watched.
Where have you been? What do you want? My lamp and dishes? Come on, Diane, it's been 3 weeks.
So is that a different actress, or is Betty now Diane? I'm not even going to ask questions at this point. A different blue key now. So Betty is now Diane, who was dead but is now alive again? Of course. Of course.
You've come back.
This film is the one film I've watched that is leaving me like speechless as to what to say. And now she's gone again? See, I'm starting to think this isn't the brunette-haired lady's dream. I'm starting to think this is Betty's dream, or Diane's dream, or whatever her fucking name is.
Yeah, sure, Diane can stay. Hank, let Diane stay.
Diane?
So now they're all calling her Diane, and that's literally her friend in the car now, who I thought was Diane. I'm gonna track down David Lynch and punch him in the shin bone until he explains every single last question I have about this film. Right in the shin, Lynch. Absolute craziness. There is no logic to these happenings. I was a fool from the beginning, trying to put logic to any of this. Is she, She is. You know, I thought this was myth, and then true story, a real friend of mine told me that she has what she refers to as cranks, which is cry and wank combined. Apparently this is a real phenomenon amongst females. Explain yourselves. Explain how you can combine those two emotions for pleasure. You absolute weirdos. So David Lynch was probably trying to be strange having her cry while masturbating there. Real life one-upped you, Lynch. That's a known phenomenon in my fucking world. That was the one scene in this film that has not been strange as fuck so far. So I feel like I got one up on you. That is one hand to me. Give me your chip. You're still beating me by a large portion of chips.
We don't stop here.
A surprise.
So now she is partaking in the opening scene. Nice to know she'd just been waiting for her in the bushes.
It's beautiful. A secret path.
And away they go. Swapping places. Not explaining anything, into the bushes. Away they fucking go, with a confusing world, with a million questions I have that I will probably never get the answers to. Look at them go, aren't they just jaunting away with every surmountable answer to every pertainable question I have. Don't know if those two words I used at the start of each of those sentences was correct, but nevertheless I wanted it to sound a bit more abstract and more intelligent than I actually am. So I rolled the dice. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. Sometimes you make weird films like this with zero explanation to anything. You could fill a giant university blackboard with 1,000 white chalks and still not have the answers necessary to explain this film to me. Explain it.
Ah, perfect timing.
Welcome, Diane.
So it was the director's house that was Mulholland Drive. At least I fucking figured that out.
Here's to love.
So now they're in love, which is great. Because that just happened 5 minutes ago, for no reason.
So I got the pool, and she got the pool man. I couldn't believe it. I wanted to buy that judge a Rolls Royce.
At least they're working in the fact that the director broke up with that other woman. Something cohesive is always welcome just now. Was that the cowboy? Little cowboy cameo there. She should go and thank him. He brought her back to life just by telling her to come back to life. It's a magical cowboy.
Sorry about that.
You know what, David Lynch? Fuck you. Now she's Betty. Of course she is. Now the woman who was the actress who was going to be the one girl is now Betty, and now Betty's probably someone else again. Diane. Of course.
When it's finished, you'll find this where I told you.
Of course this guy's showing back up. Got a creepy homeless person still chilling in the alley. With the blue box. Okay, now you're just taking the absolute piss. What was that? Don't worry about anything, Patty, Betty, Diane. You're just trapped in a weird dream loop where nothing makes any sense. Everyone's someone else and you aren't who you think you were. What is that to worry about? Okay, the borrowers are invading her house. Is that the weird, happy old couple who were talking to her as she got off her flight at the airport in the beginning? But that's one way to get rid of them. Okay. That was Mulholland Drive. And I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. Now I usually start this part with a like, so, that was Mulholland Drive. What did I think of that? I'm gonna do something a bit different right now. So, back in the day, when there was a traitor in a Native American tribe, they would tie ropes to the top of 2 trees which the wood was flexible on, and they would hoist them down so the 2 trees bent inward like that, and then they would tie the ropes to another thing on the ground so the trees stayed bent inward. Then they would take the traitor by the legs and tie each of his ankles to the top of these 2 bent-in trees. Then simultaneously cut the ropes on each side so the trees would springboard back vertical and the traitor would be torn completely in half from the groin up to the neck. Why am I telling you this? I'm not telling you this. I'm telling David Lynch this. Because this is what I will literally do to him if he does not explain in exact detail what the fuck I have just watched. I will literally track you down. Don't know if you're one of these types that chill in the Hollywood Hills. Don't know if you've got yourself a nice little log cabin out in the bayou. But I'll find you like an SAS soldier in my Scottish blood and track you down, tie you to the 2 trees, hand you a notepad, a pen and tell you to start writing, mate. And you better write everything. Because what you just made me watch tormented me mentally. It was mental arithmetic and exercise to comprehend what I was actually intaking. It's like, I don't know if it explains this in the It movies, but in the book of It, they say Pennywise's true form is incomprehensible to the human eye. This film is Pennywise. This makes Alice in Wonderland look like an A to Z completely explainable story with no questions needed to be asked. This was absolutely bizarre. It was so interesting. I'm talking about this like I have contempt for it. It was good. It was interesting as fuck. But I do have contempt for what it just did to my fucking brain. Seriously. I have never in my entire life watched a film and after almost every single scene in the film being like, wait, what? What? Who's that? She's just disappeared. What? Who? He's just... What the fuck? I will be interested when I edit this back to see how many times I actually say, wait, what? Who? Why is that? Or what the fuck? Throughout this reaction. I know I swear a lot, but I'm going to try and keep as many what the fucks in this reaction as I can, simply for the fact that at the end I can personally tally up how many times this fucking film exploded my brain out of my head. Did David Lynch write this? Did he write it as well? Did he just like spend 2 years writing down the weirdest fucking dreams he has ever had and then combine it together in some loosely put together story about an actress auditioning for a part and another woman trying to discover who she actually is? I mean, that premise means nothing. That's the premise. So like within the first 15 minutes I got it, like she'd stumbled down from the hill, she'd been in an accident, she had amnesia, there was this other woman looking for a part and now they were trying to figure out who she was. That was coherent. And then it was like, oh by the way, that woman isn't who she is, she's you, you're someone else, he's disappeared, what'd you think of that? Pink paint on a black top, how'd you like that, Knoxville? It was fucking everywhere and nowhere. Okay, all ranting aside, what the fuck? I can't stop saying what the fuck. All ranting aside, what is it? How do you quantify it as good or bad, really? The story was nothingness. Not that there was no story, just that the story meant nothing. It was inconsequential. It moved along. The absolute surrealism in every single scene. Several times I can think of right offhand, the story is completely abandoned at a moment's notice. I swear, an accent changed, names change, characters change, perspective shifts in the camera. Like, usually they cut this way, someone's talking, and then they cut that way, and the other person is responding. They'll like cut this way, someone's talking, then cut that way, and it's the same person and shit. I'm so confused. I'm actually truly confused. This film was interesting, but when I'm thinking to myself right now, would I watch this again? And I would. Only after watching like 3 hours of Mulholland Drive explained videos, so that I could get a better grasp from scene to scene as to exactly what it was I was intaking. A Sopranos dream sequence, you can follow it, and because you see the characters while they're awake, you understand why these strange things are popping up in their dream. Even if it makes little sense, you still be thinking like, oh, he's thinking of that guy because he killed him in the past, or he's worrying about this in real life, so he's obviously dreaming about this being that. That's more the way Sopranos dream sequences work. This had zero introduction. Well, what was the introduction? What was the introduction? It was people at a dance contest, and then you just saw a close-up of a pillow, and then driving at night, and then the woman was at the airport. What is that start even trying to suggest to us? Did someone have a dance, then go to sleep, and like, that was just their dream? I mean, it's one of them ones. Usually I can talk clearly about my thoughts on something. Like, this really has thrown me through a loop, because it's like, it's one of those ones I will think about and think about and think about parts in it. But it's unquantifiable almost. I mean, because I haven't seen anyone speaking about this, I haven't heard any David Lynch interviews talking about this film, I haven't seen any reviews of this film, I'm completely in the dark as to what any of it means, other than it must be some sort of elaborate dream, and it must be a film somewhat about the trying to be a realistic dream. Do you know what's weird? In the intro to this video, that's what I was assuming going in. And I mean, like, I feel like I need to, like, fucking lie down for half an hour. Even after knowing it was coming. It was excellently filmed. At least I could follow it cinematically. Even when they did something weird cinematically, like I was talking about the perspective switch between dialogue, they were doing that to add to what they were attempting to do in this film. Which I think was to drive me insane for the rest of my life. Which it has. And I am not joking when I say that as soon as I finish talking about this film, I'm going to go straight on YouTube and get some Mulholland Drive explained videos up on screen. Just so I can go through the rest of my day without this fucking look on my face all day. And you would think it wouldn't do this to me, because I've actually written, like, I write horror scripts and short stories, not just horror scripts, I write scripts and short stories and stuff like that. And, like, I've literally got a 7-minute short, which is all about an astronaut in space who goes through, like, some dodgy cloud, and it makes him have a surreal dream while he's in cryo. And, so it was like a weird dream sequence of an astronaut on his ship, and all sorts of weird things happened, like blood started leaking through a leak in the thing, and like, so I understand the principle of like how to write surrealism. It's like something I literally have done. So it's not like I'm encountering this sort of material for the first time. Like I said, I love the Sopranos dream sequences, which are obviously still surrealist, but this is different. It's borderline incomprehensible surrealism, which the Sopranos dream sequences were not. So, all in all, did I enjoy this? It was good. It was great, original, unique. It tortured my brain. If that's enjoyment, then yeah, I must be a glutton for punishment, because I did enjoy it. At the end of the day, you have to tip your hat to anybody out there still trying to create something unique and original. And there is absolutely nothing like this film out there. The fact that it's got a commercial release through a mainstream production company shows the pulling power David Lynch has in the industry. Because nowadays, I couldn't see this film being made. I mean, depending on what budget he quoted for it, but I think nowadays Universal would be like, fuck that, we need to make 10 superhero movies this year. I'm curious as to how this did in the cinemas as well, and to what people's initial reviews and critical responses were to this film when it came out. I've got a lot of YouTube video watching to do. In fact, David Lynch does his weather report on YouTube. I don't know how many people actually comment under his daily weather report, but I'm going to personally make a point to comment under one of his daily reports and go, "Oi, Lynch, explain Drive." Maybe we can all get to the bottom of this together. Or maybe I'm just the only person left in the dark and everybody else who has watched this film fully understands everything they saw. Or maybe they understand the most important thing. You're not supposed to understand what you saw. Because I sure as fuck do not. So, if you've liked this video, click like. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more videos like this, or be updated as to when new ones are coming out in the future. Comment below if there's anything you want to talk about in this video, or if there's anything you want to see me react to in the future, just drop it in the comments below. And share this video around, try and help build the channel a little bit. Also, I now have a Patreon, the links are in the description. If you'd like to consider becoming a Patreon, it gives you access to these reactions months and months in advance. It also gives you access to polls where you can vote on what you want me to watch in the future. And on top of that, you get full-length versions of all the reactions I post on YouTube, so you can watch along with me. You do need your own copy of the film for the full-length reactions, but they're all up there as well. And with that, fuck you, David Lynch. I have been BA. Peace.